Welcome back to Nick Lenz's Comic Corner, Classic / Non-Classic. This is episode number 624 and Doubleshot number 528. Yeah, two DC trades, both of them featuring Superman. First up, it is Justice League Volume 5 Legacy, and yes, this is the last trade that collects Brian Hitch's run for Justice League, collecting issues 26 to 31. Yeah, this story had been teased for quite a while. Yeah, it seems like right after the storyline Endless, this storyline was solicited for a good long while until Brian Hitch finally got around to this story, because if you read the previous trade, I think he did like 2 issues of that entire thing, of all the issues in that book. Yeah, the book, like, I think it was like issues like 20 to 25. Yeah, 20, 25 in last trade. He only did 2 issues. Yeah, he only did 2 issues of the whole entire thing. And here, he does all the issues. The artwork in here is done by Fernando Pasarin. Yep. Simply put, what's the story for this one? The children of the Justice League come back in time to kill Wonder Woman. Yeah. And we have characters like the son of Superman and Wonder Woman. We have woman named, I don't remember, I think her name is, I don't remember the character's name, but yeah, there's a, this woman right here, the one with kind of like a female version of Aquaman. Yeah, her parents are Aquaman and Mira. We have Cyborg's son, Cube. We have one of 3 kids of Barry Allen and Jessica Cruz. Yeah, and here's pretty much most of them. Yeah, it's an interesting thing, and also Arthur Curry is still around in this timeline. Now, there was a mention that John and Lois apparently were killed, and also in the case of, well, this guy who's Wonder Woman's son and Superman's son, yeah, this guy is John's half-brother. Yep. Now, in the case of this particular storyline, it's a pretty interesting storyline. It's probably by far the best arc that Brian Hitch ever did, because at least it was interesting and it wasn't just like versus random monsters. And also, they also built up this villain who popped up this whole thing. Yeah, this is the main villain of the whole story. Now, here's a spoiler. You want to know who this character is? Yeah, I kind of forgot him because it's been a while since I read the storyline. Okay, this woman is Hippolyta, Wonder Woman's mother. Not kidding about that. Yep. So Hippolyta wants her grandson to kill her daughter, his mother in the past. Why? Never thoroughly explained. It's one of the most oddest things I've ever seen. But probably the best thing about this storyline is the character stuff between all these characters, and of course they're adults. I would say the 2 characters that get along the best is Mira and her daughter. These 2 get along great, and the fact that, oh yeah, and also there's another interaction that was really good between Cube and Cyborg. Yeah, Cube is Cyborg's son. Now, they don't say who his mother is. Yeah, this is a bit of a surprise, because all the other characters, they list off who their parents are. But in the case of Cube, they don't say who his mother is. It could be the character variant from the pages of Cyborg. It could be her, or it could be Sarah Charles. But it's weird, though, they never state who his mother is. Now, he does get a chance to meet not only his father, but his grandfather, Silas Stone. Yeah, and he treats Silas Stone with a good amount of respect, because he knows for a fact that Silas Stone is his grandfather, and he's a respected scientist. And he also mentions that apparently Silas died 3 years before he was born. Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, despite the fact that in the case, when the storyline concluded, Flash stated that despite the fact that their timeline was inverted, it still exists as part of an alternate Earth, because, well, Flash mentioned, because he kind of indirectly creates them. But the story overall is just so bizarre, and of course involves time travel and stuff like that. But okay, so Hitch, you were basically teasing the storyline for a good long while. Excuse me, and this is what he came up with. It's a decent story, and like I said, the best arc he came up with, because it at least was interesting. But it just seems like this villain who they did build up, which I give Hitch props for actually building up a villain in the whole storyline, and the fact that revealing who she is was actually quite a shock to a lot of people. Yeah. But it's a pretty decent storyline, and I'm going to give this one a 9 out of 10. It's a well-marked improvement over what Hitch did. Though here's the thing. With the next trade, well, actually, next couple issues, it's Josh Williamson and Robin Venditti go a couple issues because, well, it's Gotham Resistance. And then right after that, believe it or not, starting with issue 34 to 43, it's Christopher Priest who takes over the writing duties. Alright, next up is President Luthor. Yep, Superman President Luthor. Yeah, this book collects the following items. Adventures Superman number 581 and 586. Superman the Man of Steel number 108 to 110. Lex Luthor the Unauthorized Biography. Secret Files and Origins. President Luthor number 1. Superman Volume 2 issues 160 to 165. And Superman X 2000 number 1. Yeah, simply put, what's this whole trade about? Yeah, it's pretty much Lex Luthor's road to becoming the president in the year 2000. And he was, from what I heard, a very good president. I've read a lot of stuff when he was president. Like, mostly it was a lot of Superman and Justice League stuff I read while he was president. Yeah, and there's also much stuff with No Man's Land. Yeah, that gets referenced in here. And of course, he remains president for about a few years before he's deposed in the opening arc of Superman Batman. Yeah. Now, when the storyline originally came out, that storyline was called World's Finest, and then because of the film, they changed it to Public Enemies. I gotta say, for a story all about Lex Luthor, this is interesting. Now, those of you curious about the glove over his hand, that's because the storyline was taking place around like the early 90s when Lex Luthor was slowly converting his body to a cyborg because the krypton radiation was poisoning his body, so he replaced his body slowly. Eventually, he decided to create a clone body and transfer himself into a clone body, which he pretty much remained in that clone body up until Flashpoint, where he up until issue 900, where he died. Yeah, he died. But this, by far, was a really good set of stories. The biography thing, that's basically where this cover comes from. Now, who does the writing issues? Oh, this is a good set of writers for you. Okay, the writers. Peter David, Jane Amadeus, James D. Harnell, Phil Jimenez, Carl Kitzler, Jeff Loeb, Greg Rucka, and Mark Schultz. The artwork is done by Arthur Adams, Carlo Barberti, Eduardo Bartito, Ian Churchill, Matthew Clark, Dale Inglesham, Yatel Gassou, Tony Harris, Stuart Ibden, Rob Liefeld. Yeah, he did like one story in here. Joe Madureira, Jose Martinez Jr., Doug Mankey, Ed McGuinness, Paco Medina, Mike S. Millar, Todd Newdick, Phil Filletier, Herberto Ramos, Duncan Ratu, Dwayne Taylor, Mike Woodrow, Ringo, and Weldon Wrong. The cover art is done by Eric Pearson. Yeah, this painting artwork is done by him. This overall is just really good. I kind of do enjoy these set of stories, and the fact it paints the light of Lex Luthor being a pretty decent guy when he becomes president. I'm going to give this book a 9.75 out of 10. It's just really good. If you're a fan of the character Lex Luthor, I do recommend this. And also, if you're curious about how Lex Luthor became president in the film Superman Batman Public Enemies, this storyline pretty much explains it all. Though in the film, they actually gave a different reason why. Because apparently it was due to economics. That's the reason why he was able to get elected. Alright, so that's it for this episode. Stay tuned for the next episode. Probably be tomorrow at this rate. And that'll be episode number 625 and Doubleshot number 529. Okay? But to see you in the next episode. Bye.